Good evening, culinarians. This is what I'm cooking for you tonight. Tonight I'm cooking the North American version of spaghetti carbonara. Normally, carbonara is a very creamy sauce that is made with eggs and with Parmesan, but we're going to add a little bit of heavy cream to it because I like the creamier version of it. If you don't have any cream, then you can go without, and the recipe is going to still work for you. The other thing with carbonara is carbonara usually has a meat. If it's not a ham, then you could use bacon in its place. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my water to a boil. Remember how we deal with anything that we're going to be cooking? We're going to make sure that we put salt in there, salt so it tastes like the sea. Bring it to a boil. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our servings. Depending on the number of servings that you have, like this would be half of an entire pound of spaghetti, just regular spaghetti. I don't break it, but if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. This will serve 4 people. Go ahead and put that in. We're going to let it cook for about 10 to 11 minutes until it becomes al dente or to the bite. I cook it a little bit longer for Christopher because he likes it a little softer, but al dente is pretty good. You can deal with that. 1 more minute, that won't hurt it either. And then while I've got this cooking for about 10 minutes, keep it from boiling over, I'm going to put a spoon over the top of it to stop the vortex. Hopefully that calms it down just a little bit. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to get my bacon ready to go. My fry pan, as you can see here, it's in this at the actual smoke point for olive oil. So I'm going to turn the heat down, just let this cool down just a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my bacon into the pan. It's already been cooked. I just need to crisp it up just a little bit. So I'll get my handy dandy knife out. Ta-da. Cut them into about the same size bits. Nice bite-sized bits. This is what's going to go into the carbonara. And then once I've got those bits in there and they're heated up just a little bit, take the bacon here, drop it into the pan. Get it a little crispier. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Give this a little bit of stir so the spaghetti doesn't stick. Got about 8 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and take this heat off. Now I've heated up my pan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drain any residual oil out of there. For cooking with olive oil, you use olive oil. If you're going to be drizzling on things, then you use extra virgin, because when you cook with extra virgin olive oil, it's going to give you a really strong taste. So while we're waiting for this to happen, what we're going to do is we're going to mix our sauce. And our sauce is going to be about half to 3/4 of a cup of Parmesan Reggiano or Romano, 4 egg yolks, and you guys remember how to separate the egg from the yolk. You can use the whites later on to make a meringue of any kind that you want. And then I have a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Like I said before, you can skip it if you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine all these ingredients together, and then we're going to take this hot spaghetti, we're going to just pick it right up, and we're going to drop it right into that pan with the bacon and everything. We're going to put that sauce over the top of it, and we're going to stir it in. And the heat from the spaghetti, and maybe a little bit of the leftover liquid, because we always say the liquid, that's a starchy product that we're getting from that spaghetti that you bought. And we're going to mix it until it's nice and creamy. So I'm going to go ahead and combine these ingredients right now. Using a bowl, I'm going to get in my eggs, my my heavy cream. I'm going to use this garlic here. I've put about half a tablespoon in. A little pinch of pepper. A little pinch of salt. This is kosher salt, so it's 12%. You use a little bit more than you would normally do it. And then it's 1 teaspoon of original virgin olive oil, EVOO, extra virgin. I said original, oops. So we mix this all together. A little bit more heavy cream left in there. Mixing this up. You want to make sure you fully incorporate all those ingredients. So your egg yolks, your Parmesan, your extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, and your heavy cream. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drain off this oil. Put the meat in the pan. You can use that bacon grease if you want later on. I use it whenever I'm making like a white gravy for some biscuits and gravy, especially for those folks that don't like the sausage biscuits and gravy. They get the bacon grease that goes along with that. And there's plenty of things that you can flavor with that bacon grease, but I don't like to waste it. Here we go. Get the extra oil out of the pan. Put it in my trash. Got about 4 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and check my spaghetti just to see how it is. It's not quite ready yet, but because I salted it, I'm not going to have to do a lot of flavoring at the end. So we got 3 minutes left to go. Just to recap, cook some bacon. You know, we start the bacon off, go to that oven, 400 degrees, put a little rack on the sheet pan, put your bacon on there, let it cook 400 degrees, 15 minutes, pull it out, and you get perfect bacon. I just added a little bit, oops, a little bit fell into the spaghetti, add some flavor. You pull it out, you're going to cut it up into bite-sized pieces because that's part of what you're going to have in there. You can put other things in the carbonara if that's what you'd like to do. But this is kind of like the Alfredo version without it being Alfredo, but this one, because we add some cream to it, pretty much puts it into an Alfredo. But it's the North American version, something you get at like the Cheesecake Factory or Olive Garden or something like that. The original version of it is a lot more dense, a lot thicker. But I like this version itself. It's really nice, it's gratifying. A little bit of garlic bread is really nice. A nice tossed salad or Caesar salad to go with it. Make it perfect. Go ahead and wash my hands. Got about a minute to go and we're done. Then we'll incorporate all these ingredients. You finish it off with some fresh basil or some fresh parsley that you mince down. I don't have any of that because we're in that wonderful shelter-in-place stage. So I'm trying to honor that as much as I possibly can. It's not a necessity. Whatever grain you have, if you don't, just a little bit more pepper on the top of it or another type of seasoning that you really want to do. And that's about it. We're going to try one more time here, see if we've made our al dente yet. Take one piece off. That's a little bit warm. Needs about 40 more seconds. And then what I'll do is I'll put it into the pan. Now this pan, the stove is off. I've turned the burner off on this one, but the pan is still hot from when we cooked the bacon. We finished the bacon off in here. Just kept it warm. It's still coated in a layer of fat. And we should be done. So, I'm gonna drain it off just a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to stick it into the pan. As you can hear the sizzle. I got that one piece of bacon that jumped out. Okay, add in the sauce. I need to get all that sauce. Go with the spatula. And what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate all this wonderfulness in. The heat itself is going to cook the egg. Oh, it's already got that really beautiful garlic smell to it. You can smell the parm that's involved with it. And if it's a little bit too sticky for you, what you can do is you can add just a little bit of this wonderful water here. Okay, the pasta water itself, just to make it a little bit creamier. You just keep stirring. Beautiful. Add your bacon bits. Clean as we go. Plate up. Look at that. That is just beautiful. So a couple pieces of bacon. Bon appetit. Spaghetti carbonara, North American style. Until next time, bon appetit.